Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I've got a problem to solve. This is the Sandy Grind Pro, and it makes a lot of noise when you flush the toilet. So my goal is to make this thing virtually silent so that when you flush it, there's just a light hum that you might be able to hear. I've downloaded a decibel meter for my phone. It's not a precision device for measuring sound, but it's going to give us a baseline and it'll show us how much it has improved. So this is the position that we're going to be measuring from. Me sitting on the toilet, holding the phone right here in front of you. So there's a variable that I have to take out of this sound measuring setup, and that's the sound of the toilet flushing. I have a feeling that the sound of the toilet flushing will give off the same decibels as the grinder pump. So what I'm going to do is use the shower. I'm going to have the shower running in the background, and it's much quieter than a toilet running, and that will allow us to measure just the grinder pump. So sitting right here with just the shower on, we're at about 56 decibels, 55 to 56 decibels. This pump should kick on any second now. Okay, the max on that sequence of sound was 68 decibels. What's weird is me talking, I'm talking a little bit loud to get over the shower. My voice is 80 decibels, so it's really not that loud. My goal is to get this down to 56 or less decibels. That will mean that it's quieter than the shower running. First step is soundproof insulation. I'm going to pack this thing with soundproof insulation, and we're going to do the test again. That may do it right there, and I'll have to increase my goals. Maybe we can get it down below 50 decibels once I build the cabinet around it. This here is rock wool insulation. You can tell I've already put it in and cut out for pipes. I have not tested the decibels with this on. Rock wool sound insulation right at Lowe's. So I'm going to pack this in here and we'll take another reading and see what our decibels are. Hopefully I can figure out how to pack all this back in here. Hello everybody! Today's video is sponsored by Mech Arena. It's a lot of fun to play. You can play by yourself, you can play with friends. Something that's new is there are pilots. One of the pilots that I like is called Major. He founded Mech Arena to try to put war behind him. One of the main reasons I like him is he's got a big beard. It's a penance beard. He spent 10 years hiding in the woods growing that beard. Well, now he's back, and so is Archangel, and the two are absolutely throwing down once and for all. Mech Arena's pilots add a whole new depth of strategy and gameplay variety. You can customize your pilot skills to fit your personality, your play style, and your mechs. Mech Arena's got a lot happening this month, including Battle Pass Season 7, where you can get your hands on some amazing new skins, and a bunch of other goodies. There's also a brand new pilot, Stephania, along with some new weapons coming out. High-level versions of the Voltaic RPGs. These things shock the enemy and mess up their aim. It's completely free to play on Android and iOS, and you can use my personal link or scan the QR code to get a bonus worth $45. You get a mil-spec skin, 500 A coins, and 70,000 credits. You can add me as a friend. We can play some matches together. Don't be waiting around. Get started. Go click that link or click the QR code. Find me, Handy Pants. Alright, I know some of you are probably wondering, oh, that's very unsightly. Keep in mind there is a plan. The plan will probably change, but it'll be interesting to see how I pull this off and build a very nice looking cabinet around this that can be easily disassembled in 10 minutes or less so that you can service the pump. But before we get into that, we're going to test just how much reduction in sound this Rockwool soundproofing insulation. Before the installation, we had a max reading of 68 decibels. The shower was running at 56 decibels, and me talking is about 80 decibels. We had 63 decibels on that one. I'm gonna hit the reset button. 62.9. Not too bad. We went from 68 decibels down to 63 decibels. My goal is 56 decibels. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think it'll happen once I build the cabinetry around this. Now, as I said earlier, I've got a plan, but that plan could change once I start building this. This is a one-off creation. I have drawings in my head. So step one is to make a template that is in the shape of this area. I gotta keep these pipes in. I have to make a shelf that goes across here, but I'm also going to be drywalling this entire back wall here. So I gotta get real creative with going around this pipe. So this pipe will be a penetration in the drywall, and this pipe will be a penetration in the drywall. Our screwing surfaces are gonna be this 2x4, this 2x4, and this 2x4. And this section here, I'm gonna have to get creative again in how I'm gonna encase this in here. I'll probably have to put a big block here, and I may run a block of wood from behind this driveway all the way down, so I have something to screw on to. So right here, I'm just getting the feel for this. Gonna be about 34 inches high. I need to stand right in front of it. There'll be an overhang, like a standard cabinet where your toes go under. People have asked what these pipes are. They're all vents. They're all vents. This here, this tiny little one here, that's a drain pipe. So this here is a vent. This here is the drain, but this is also a vent for the sink. And this here is also a vent. They all go up out of the roof. I am going to post my current bug out location on my Instagram. That will be linked down in the description. You can view it without even having an Instagram account, I think. You can check out where we're hanging out. So on the last video, in the Millennial Approved Ceiling Fan video, there was a lot of questions about the box, the ceiling fan box. I installed that box to the framing. It is screwed in solid to the framing. It's not just a little weak light box. A lot of people thought I was just putting it up in a light box. The controversial one is the beam. Again, I know not everybody watches every video. They don't know what the plan is for that beam. That beam is going to get a faux box beam built around it. Not everybody has the same tastes, but in this specific region, beams are mandatory for getting top dollar. Vaulted ceilings, another thing that is mandatory for getting top dollar for your flip or for your house that you're selling. Another major selling point is wood on the ceiling. This room almost got tongue and groove boards on the entire ceiling. It didn't work out because the room was just so cockeyed. Everything was just cockeyed. I had to work with what was there as far as the existing walls. I couldn't just move the house around. So that's why we went with drywall, texture, and flat ceiling paint. A box beam, it's going to be like a 3/4 inch board that has verticals. It's basically the shape of a U that goes up and attaches to that rafter tie, collar tie beam that goes across the room. When you're doing a remodel and you're vaulting the ceiling, sometimes you get lucky and have a beam to work with. I know there's a lot of comments saying, oh, it's hideous, it's hideous. And I understand. There's certain parts of the country, and even in this region, where certain people live in certain neighborhoods and they want certain things in their house. I belong to the party where it's mandatory that my house have box beam, coffered ceiling, and stain grade only. That brings me to another point about the doors in this bedroom that aren't finished. Well, all the doors are getting removed. There will be no paint grade trim or doors in this bedroom. So those are all just temporary until the supply chain issues are resolved and I can get the 3-panel solid oak doors. That's what's going in there. 3-panel solid oak doors. Oak baseboard, oak door casing. You'll have to wait for those videos to come out. I'm on an extreme delay. You know, I'm bugged out right now. I'm in my bug out location, but the videos still go live. And the video I'm going to post on my Instagram kind of shows my setup, how I'm able to run a YouTube business and do sponsorships and all that from the middle of nowhere in a bug out location. Are you ready to go bug out? Speaking of bugs, there's lots of bugs outside. If you got questions about this video, about the cabinet, about the plumbing, the venting, put those down in the comments below. For those of you who watched to the very end, I appreciate it. Go chase some sticks.